Clear something up for me, Erin.
Yes.
This topic comes up sometimes. So you work at a restaurant.
Yes.
When it comes to tipping in Thailand, from a Thai person's perspective,
Yeah.
who works at a restaurant,
Yes.
if you're a server, do you expect the customer to give you a tip or not really?
Expect. Yeah, we do expect to get the tips from the customer, but it's not the culture that we need to ask for that.
So let's say the bill is 1,000 baht.
Yeah.
What would you think is like a good tip?
I mean, could be at least 20 baht, but it might be a little I mean, it's okay, like because it's not like strong culture to give the tips.
I ask
Yeah.
it like this because
But at least 20 baht or 100 baht would be fine. 100 baht is like, oh, we're happy. Yeah.
okay, because in the U.S., I know it's very different than Thailand and some other places. Like if you don't leave 15%, 20%, so 200 baht on top of that 1,000, oh, you're the worst
Oh, yeah,
person.
for sure.
You're the worst person.
They have like the levels
Yeah.
of tipping.
Yeah.
And when I was in US, I was like, oh man, what should I do with this?
But you're saying like on a 1,000 baht bill, 20 baht to 100 baht is good?
It's okay, it's good. But if 20 for 1,000 baht bill, it might be like, okay, I would think about it. Like,
What if it's a Thai restaurant? Does that make a difference?
Thai restaurant sometimes
No.
no. But if it's like, Mexican or
Yeah,
So
like-
but that's
Mediterranean.
interesting to me. You're saying if
Yeah.
it's foreign food, you expect a tip.
That's
But if it's
true,
Thai
yeah.
restaurant, there's no tip.
Frang always pay.
I mean, maybe about the price as well. Like if it's like really like normal Thai restaurant, which is like if it's not that expensive, they not gonna like expect for your tip. But if it's like okay, higher price, which means you get better service, right? So you better tip them. But if just like this, the food like on the street, the normal restaurant, just like okay, order and take it and eat it, and then back home. So you don't expect the tip.
But how does the service charge work? Because a lot of these, sit down restaurants, they have a what is it, 10%?
10%
They added
service
10
charge,
they added
VAT
10%.
7%
Yeah, they added
Tax, isn't
7%.
it?
tax. Oh yeah, but
They add 7% VAT
Yeah, that-
and 10% service charge. So
Service charge.
17% on top of the food price. The service charge, how does that work with who gets that?
yeah, the stuff.
It's meant to be divided up.
Yeah, but is it divided up
there's
equally
the
among
stuff
all the
on
staff?
the floor,
Okay.
on the floor. Oh, and also like in the kitchen as well. And
So
we,
everybody.
Yeah, everybody, and we like separate, like divided
Yeah.
to everybody.
But you still think there should be a tip in addition to that?
Yeah, at least.
I think if you're paying service charge, you shouldn't have to tip. But the sad thing is there with service charge, I know a lot of restaurants because I know friends that obviously Thai tea and they're waitresses or waiters, and sometimes the owner's not passing that on. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand you know what I mean? Like if your restaurants, the owner might keep 50% of the service charge and like only give 50% of the service charge to the staff. Like, have you seen that happen?
yeah.
Does that happen much?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I don't
but-
know. Like it depends if if you're really happy with your server, she's been great or he's been great. You got service charge tip.
You
by
tipped
all
that
means.
girl at Hooters, right?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted a video with that for the video. I think at Hooters they must clean up because it's.
But you know what? I would not mind at all in that situation because I thought she did a great
Yeah,
job.
she did, yeah.
But a lot of places in Thailand, I think it's just like a cultural thing. The servers, you could be, having a heart attack on the floor, and the servers wouldn't come over to check on you.
Probably
like
not.
they might come and take your order, and then you'll never see them again.
Yeah.
Like they'll bring the food, they'll drop it on the table,
Yeah.
and they'll disappear. You'll never see them again. So that's why I think the tipping culture thing is a little weird here, because obviously I think there's a lot of influence from foreigners, maybe mostly Americans. But I think that in a lot of situations, the staff isn't adjusting, or the management isn't training the staff in a way that should match that.
Yeah, well, it's all comes down to training, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, you never get like at a restaurant, like you never get a waitress or waiter to come back saying, "Oh, how's your meal?" You know what I mean? Like it's pretty much just dump and go, isn't it? Really?
Or I actually, something common that happens here, I can't remember who I was with, but I ordered. I wanted to get an iced tea. I said, "Do you have iced tea?" And she said yes. And I said, "Is it sweet? Does it have sugar in it?" And I even said, "Wan mai."
One
Okay.
night. Mm-hmm.
And she said, no. She said, no, you can do it without. And I said, okay. And she brought it. And it was like super sweet, super sugary. And I don't drink drinks with sugar. Besides like the one time a week I go out and have a Red Bull. Other than that, I just drink water basically, or tea. So she brought the drink. It was like really sweet. And so I wasn't angry or anything, but I was just like, oh, Todd Cobb, like very nice, like, oh, it's, you know, whatever. I explain. And then this is what happens all the time. She just looked at me like, oh,
That's it.
like, what do you want me to do about it? And I'm just used to, and I'm not trying to compare so much America with Thailand or anything, but I'm just saying from my experience, I would expect her to be like, oh, I'm sorry, let me get you a new
Oh, no,
one.
that would
And then and not only did she just basically look at me and then walk away, and then I asked if I could have a water instead. So I got a water, and they still charge me for the thing that I didn't drink. So
Did she understand English well? Because like
He's probably
there's
looking at you
a
going,
problem sometimes for
What's this guy saying?
for waiter or some like
Yeah.
stuff in the restaurant, like in Thailand, sometimes they don't understand, but they pretend that
Yeah,
they
that's true.
understand. So even like some of this stuff, like my friends, I always tell them like, if you don't understand, ask them again, make sure again, don't pretend that
Make it
you
clear.
understand. Like otherwise, you're the one who's like,
Yeah.
what's up?
But in this situation, I even asked in Thai, and then she acknowledged the mistake when I asked her. But it's just weird to me that after we established, oh, there was a mistake, no problem, but there's a little mistake, she just is like, okay, that's it.
But I think there's some, like, you would know this, is that someone told me, like, if a waitress or waiter mixes up an order or something and it gets it wrong, it comes out of their wages or something. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah. If we punch the order and if they already made it and they like, okay, I didn't order it, or like we
Well, I
messed up,
think-
they gonna
Deduct your wage.
Well, I think that's a
wage.
really bad policy because obviously, especially at some of these places,
Yeah. But you need to have if you have like good
Oh,
excuse,
yeah,
like
get a good manager. like-
okay, then they're not gonna charge
That's way
from
of
you.
it.
Yeah,
But if you kept on doing it,
it's for sure.
like, imagine if you screwed up a few eye of tenderloins or something.
but I don't like that because then it doesn't help the servers correct the problems. They just pretend like everything's okay.
Well, they wouldn't do it again, would
The
they?
customer, well, they do. I mean, things happen. But if I was the manager, I would rather, my most important thing would be the customer is happy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want you to do anything to make the customer unhappy. So
Yeah, but if you've
It's the
got
cost.
an employee that keeps on screwing up,
well, then you're gonna fire them, but you're not gonna.
You cannot fire them immediately. You need to give
You
a
need
warning.
3 warnings.
Three
Okay,
warnings,
whatever.
and wait and
But I'm pretty sure Starbucks has a policy. I don't know if it's the same in Thailand, but definitely in America.
Yeah.
If a customer, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I heard if a customer complains about anything, they want anything changed, whatever, you just do it and you try to make them as happy as possible, even if the customer is wrong.
Yeah, you've got to walk out with a smile on their face or something.
Yeah,
isn't it?
basically something like that. So I don't know. I just think that's interesting here.
it might not work for a small business or
It is pretty, like, it would be pretty rough. Like, what is it, like a normal day, like as a waitress or waiter? What's it, normal days, like 350 to 500 baht per day as a wage, is it?
minimum could be 250, 300. Yeah,
So if
minimum.
you're working like a,
Minimum.
But what would you say the average?
Average right now, if it's like for restaurant
Let's say
like
foreigner
this,
restaurant,
could be
not the cheapest, not the most expensive.
could be like 700-800 baht.
Per
Okay,
day?
but
Per
the thing
day,
is, if they
700 or
mess up
800.
like an entree, could be 300 baht.
yeah, that's working half a day for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be like 12 hours.
You're like,
Yeah, like I heard like the Indian restaurant. I asked him, like, Indian guy, like, okay, how when did you start at 12 and when did you finish midnight? 12 hours, and he has to stand outside
Oh.
to call the guest. I was like, oh
that'd
my
be
god,
hard work. Amazing, isn't it?
that's tough.
It's a hard
Yeah,
way. and it's
very
easy.
hard business. And I remember actually, yeah, it's the first night Tribe was open, Tribe Sky
yeah.
Beach Club.
Yeah.
I went the opening night, and I understand when a place opens, it can be a little rough because you're still figuring things out. But the server came over, and I was with a girl from Myanmar, by the way. We were taking some photos. So it was me and this girl from Myanmar. The server comes over, and I order a Red Bull in English, but he didn't seem to quite understand. So I wanted a Red Bull with a lime, and then I ordered it in Thai, and he still looked at me like he didn't understand. I'm thinking, why doesn't he understand one of these? Well, usually if I do both, they understand, at least one.
Other.
And then he seemed to like be confused, and he walked away, and he came back with something completely different. And I'm thinking, what is going on? And then the manager comes over and apologizes. Turns out he's from Myanmar. And I'm thinking like, it would have been a lot easier if he just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Like, could you repeat that? I'm not very good at English."
Yeah,
And then
just
we would have
make
cleared
sure.
it, especially because the girl I was with was from Myanmar, and we didn't
really?
even know that. So, yeah.
I wonder if he paid for that out of his.
Oh, I mean, that was like a 200 something baht drink right there. So
But it's opening night. You got to give him that kind of.
I get it, but I don't blame him. I blame the management.
Yes.
Because we, like my business in the US, we do like nightlife, hospitality kind of stuff. And it always comes down to the management. I mean, unless an employee just goes completely rogue, it's usually a management
it's
issue.
a staff issue, like a staff training problem.
Yeah. If you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.